Okay, so for these last two COLL subsets of the ZBLL set, they're actually going to be the CPs are actually going to be mirrors of each other. So for one of them, there's going to be there's going to be a diagonal of matching on like here, and then the opposite, a match like the opposite colors being here, and then for the other one, it's going to be there's like two same here and then two opposite here. And why that matters is because of the way that I learn ZBLL. And so how I learn ZBLL is that or at least for mirrored CPs, I will learn them just all 24 cases all at once. And the reason for this is that a lot of the mirrors are extremely similar to each other, and so I just learn them at the same time. And so for what that means for the series is that I'm going to be breaking these down into like an easier set of these 24 cases and then a harder set of these 24 cases. And that's just for time because I don't want to have like a 50-minute video. So yeah, but expect another video for these two COLL subsets in the near future. But anyways, we have our first two cases. So for these two cases, we just it's just the standard OLL pretty much, but you either do it from the front or from the back. So how you determine that is basically if you see the block, you want the block to be on the left. So if it's right here, it's already on the left. So you do this alg. So you just do the R2D. You do that alg. Not much going on. You just do this D interchange and then a RE2R prime D interchange, and then D interchange RE2R. Yeah. But then for this case, you would be holding the block on the right, so you actually have to do this case from the back. So now this block is now on the left. So you just do the alg from this angle, and same type of thing, just D interchange with the R and U2 moves. So yeah. Okay, so for these next two cases, it's going to be kind of similar to the first case, but you do like one move or like one set of moves slightly different. So instead of having just like one block and then like two solved edges, now we're gonna have a like bigger block and a smaller block. And what determines like which of these two cases it is which one is on the right and which one's on the left. And you're just gonna set it up and then recognize based on the angle of which one you're doing. So you always want to have the bigger block on the right. So for this case, we already have a block on the right, so it's good. But this case, you have to do it from this U2 angle. And so yeah, you'd have to do it from here. But anyways, the alg just goes like this. So for this one, where the block is on, where it's like this, you do the normal start for this OLL, and then, but instead of doing RU2R prime, you do a wide RU2R prime. And then you just finish it off like normal. So finger tricks are pretty simple, and AUF sticker is just this block on the left. And that'll be true for the other case as well. It's just the smaller block that you want to look to for the AUF sticker. So for this case, same thing but from the back. So you just do the same thing, but instead of doing here, you would normally do RE2R prime. Now you do wide RE2R prime, and then finish it off like normal. Also, because I didn't mention this, the AUF sticker for these two cases that that I said first, that I taught first. It's just any of the edges plus this extra corner of the block, although you probably won't need that to look at that. It's just technically something else that works, but yeah. Okay, so for these next two cases, it's going to be just where you have two blocks. So you always want to hold it from this angle, but there's always going to be two blocks. It's either going to be right here and right here, or right here and right here. And how I like to think about this is that I kind of just like think about it in like as in like a direction. So like this one kind of looks like it's going like that way, kind of like that. So I kind of like do that motion with the pair, and I'll explain that with the alg. It'll make more sense when I show the alg in a sec. And then with this one, it kind of is like moving this way, which is kind of how the pair will move. So what I mean by that is for this alg, you take out the front pair, so you can see it's like going along this way, and then you basically cancel into a comm between these three pieces, so like that, and then you also cancel into an R U2 R prime. And AUF sticker for this case is gonna just be this front edge. So yeah, it's like that. And then for this case, what I mean by like the direction thing is like, so the alg goes like this. So you take the back pair out, and it's like kind of moving along this direction. And then you do, instead of doing a commutator for like the front, you just do it from the back this time. So it's the same three pieces from before. It's just this, this, and this. And you do it like that, and then you cancel that into an R prime U2 R. The only finger trick I would want to mention for this case is that I like to do an IDO here sometimes. It's not really too important, but yeah. But for AUF sticker, it's a little worse. If you have a pre-AUF from either here, here, or here, I guess, well, any pre-AUF would be something that isn't, would be one of those three cases. But anyways, if you have a pre-AUF and you see the sticker, it's much easier, in my opinion, it's much easier to look for the edge, but it's also, you can also just look for this corner, if there isn't a pre-AUF. But yeah. So for these next two cases, we're gonna have a thing where there's like a bar on one side, and then on the other side, there's gonna be two matching pieces of a corner and a sticker of a corner and a sticker of an edge. And it's gonna be like on the side that the bar isn't. So like for this case, it's over here. The bar's like over there. And then for this case, we have the bar over here, and then we have like these two pieces over here. It's kind of annoying for this case because you kind of have to look back sometimes. But there's you kind of have to recognize this. So yeah. And then anyways, so for this case where you have the pieces in the back and then the bar kind of in the front, you want to just do this out. So you do like R2, and then you kind of like take this out, like you kind of do like you do like F and then a U2 like that. It's a bit complicated, but yeah, it just goes like this. So it kind of cancels into this case at the end. While also doing this weird thing where you split up this pair and then cancel into this. That's a way to think about it. Yeah. But the AUF sticker, you can either use this corner or this corner. I think this one's easier, but you can also use this as well. For this case, for this case where we have the two pieces very visible and in the front here, and then this bar over here, all you need to do is take this pair out, do an inverse sexy move, and then what you're going to do from here is put the pair over here, do an F move, do this F prime, and now you want to insert this pair into like this slot as if it were an F2L pair. So what I mean by that is like just doing this RU2 R prime, and then now you want to do a U2 and then insert this like cross piece plus like corner thing again like that, and that solves the case. So again, take the pair out, inverse sexy, do this like UF move, then insert the pair, and then insert like the corner and cross piece edge. And the AUF sticker is, or AUF stickers, is just the block. So yeah, pretty easy. Okay, so for these two cases, it is just going to be where you have this block, and you only really need to recognize that there is a block and nothing else, but you can also recognize that there is this Z-prim pattern over here on the side as well. However, that's not really necessary. All that you need to know is that the bar is, there is a bar, and it is on the corner that has the same sticker as here, which will matter for the next case. So that's the same thing. The same thing is true for this case. We have the bar plus the Z-prim block, but you don't really need to recognize with this. And this is the corner of the two corners that are matching. So yeah. So what you want to do is you just want to put the bar always on the left side of the cube. So it'll either look like this or like this. And here's what you want to do if it's in the front. So you take this back pair out, and it ends up being a split pair. And how that works is not just like this. What you want to do is you want to do this R prime or R D, and then you do this wide RE2 R prime like that. Then do the D prime, and then from here you do R prime, and then U2, and then you don't put this in right away. You actually pair it up from here and then insert it once it's a joined pair. So for AUF sticker, it's just going to be this front edge right here. And again, going over the alg, so you just take this pair out like that. And then once it's from here, you don't insert it. You make it a joined pair and then you insert it. And then for this case, it's basically the same thing, but from the front. So you take this pair out and make it a split pair in the same way. So you do this R prime, D prime, and then wide RE2 R prime, then do the DR to restore the other things. And then from here, you don't like insert the pair like you normally would. You make it a joined pair, and then you insert it from there. So the AUF sticker for this case, it's also going to be the front sticker, but for this, it's not going to be the back one. Even though technically you could use this if you saw it, this one is just much more visible. So yeah. And then again, for the alg, you take the pair out like this. And then instead of inserting it, you pair this up and then insert it. So yeah. Okay, so for these next and last two cases, it's just going to be where we have a bar. All you need to recognize that there is this bar, and then also that it is of the corner is of the like pair of pieces that are opposite and not the ones that are the same. So that is also true for this case. There's just this bar, and then we also have this sticker, which is this corner, which is of the pair of corner stickers that are opposite and not the same. So for this case, where we have the bar on the left, you just do this case, or you just do this alg. And then also the AUF sticker is just this corner right here in the front right. So yeah. And you just do this alg. So you just do RU2 R prime, except you don't finish the R prime. And then what you want to do is you want to insert this corner into like this slot without inserting the edge. So like this. And then now you do the R prime. And now you do an F afterwards. And from here you can notice that the blue-red and the blue-red pair is now a split pair. That's free. Is now a free split pair. So you can just insert it into the back. And now from here it's like pretty simple. So yeah, again, you do R2 R prime, except you don't finish this R prime. Then you insert the corner without inserting the edge. Then finish the do this R, do this F, and now this is this free pair, and you finish it off. So yeah. So for this case, it is just, it's the same thing. It's like technically where the block is on the right, but you just hold it from this angle instead. So yeah, the AUF sticker is this edge right here on the side, and you just do this alg. So it's kind of weird, but it's pretty good. So you do this R2 U F prime. So it's kind of like inserting these three yellow pieces over here. And then now what you want to do is you do R2 U prime, R2 U prime, R2 U2, R2, and then U prime, F, U prime, R2. So kind of a lot of like, a lot of U2s and stuff. But again, it's just like this. So you do R2, U, F prime, and then you do the R2 thing, and then you just finish it off from here. But anyways, those were all of those algs. Thanks for watching, and the next video for the series will be out very shortly, so definitely stay tuned for that video, because it's very useful, especially with these mirrors, that you're not just learning like half the cases. Although these cases would be the better cases to learn because they are easier, it is still good to like know all the cases. But yeah, anyways, again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.